Hello students, today we are going to start with alcohols, phenols and ethers. Now why this, when we study these functional groups, you can understand since all these are put in the same group, so you can understand there must be some similarity between them. Now what is the similarity that all these three functional groups are studied together? You see, alcohol, ether and phenol, everywhere oxygen is singly bonded to carbon. Oxygen is attached to carbon through single bond. This is the structure of water where oxygen is sp3 hybridized. I hope you know why oxygen is sp3 hybridized, and two hydrogens are attached to two other uh, through single bonds to oxygen. Now when we replace one of the hydrogens of water by any alkyl group, then the class of compound which we get is called aliphatic alcohol group. I mean alcohols are aliphatic only. Now similarly, instead of replacing the hydrogen by alkyl group, if I replace it by a benzene ring, phenyl group, then the class of compounds which we get is called phenol. On the other hand, if we replace both the hydrogens by two alkyl groups or one alkyl, one phenyl, whatever, then the class of compound which we get is called ether. Now, so you can understand the structural entity, that is oxygen, is same for all of them. What is different is the attachments, number of alkyl group or phenyl group. Now ethers, if we have two similar groups attached to oxygen, then they are called symmetrical ethers. And if two groups are different, then they are called unsymmetrical ethers. You might notice that here I have written R and R dash. So R dash and R, if they are same, then they are symmetrical. And if R and R dash are different, then they are unsymmetrical. The structural similarity between these molecules is oxygen is singly bonded to carbon and hydrogen, and oxygen is sp3 hybridized having a bent shape. Now something very important here which we need to know. You look here, you will never find any alcohol where there are two or more OH groups attached to the single carbon. If you have two OH groups attached to the same carbon, immediately it loses a molecule of water and gets converted to an aldehyde or ketonic group depending on what is attached here, because more than one OH is not stable. If there are three OH, same thing happens. Immediately a molecule of water is lost and what we get is a carboxylic acid. And if we have four OH groups attached to a same carbon, then two molecules of water are lost and what we are left with is carbon dioxide. So please remember, you will never find geminal diols or triols. Okay, by geminal we mean same functional group attached to same carbon. So next we try to learn the nomenclature. Now before doing the nomenclature, we need to know the name of general formula. General formula of monohydric alcohols. What do you mean by monohydric alcohols? Mono means one. Monohydric alcohol means we are talking about alcohols having only one OH group. So the general formula is CnH twice n plus 1 OH, where n is greater than equal to 1. And the rule for nomenclature is alkane minus E plus ol. That means whatever the number of alkane you have, you cancel out the E from the end and to this you attach ol. That's how you name the alcohols. So the very first compound where n is equal to 1, if we fit the value on here, then what we get is CH3OH. CH3OH, one carbon, so alkane name is methane. Cancel out the E, so you are left with methane, and you add ol, then it becomes methanol. That is the IUPAC name. But common name is methyl alcohol. There are certain compounds for which you need to know the common name as well as the IUPAC name. As we make the homologous series, when n is equal to 2, we get CH3 CH2OH. You could write C2H5OH also, but we prefer writing C2H5OH. And if you follow the rule, it will be ethane minus E plus ol, so it become ethanol, and common name is ethyl alcohol. When we move to n equal to 3, we start getting isomers. Okay, so we have two possible isomers, two position isomers. One is OH attached to carbon 1 and another is OH attached to carbon 2 in the 3 carbon chain. So when OH is attached to carbon 1, we call it propan 1-ol, and when OH is attached to carbon 2, we call it propan 2-ol. That's the IUPAC name, and common name is N-propyl alcohol and isopropyl alcohol respectively. So as you keep on increasing the number of carbon, the possibility of getting more and more isomer increases. So when n equals to 4, we get 1, 2, 3, 4 structures. The first one is OH attached to carbon 1. Second is OH attached to carbon 2 having the 4 carbon as the longest chain. Then we reduce the carbon chain length to 3 and keep the OH at position 1. And the fourth structure is we keep the carbon chain of 3 and attach the OH at carbon 2. There is no other possible structure with n equals 4. So how do we name them? The same rule we apply. The first one, there are 4 carbons, so alkane name is butane, cancel out E, add ol. So it is butan 1-ol. In other words, it is N-butyl alcohol. And when we have OH attached to carbon 2, it's very simple, butan 2-ol, they form position isomers and commonly known as secondary butyl alcohol. You may note here it cannot be iso. Third one, where we have two CH3s attached to one carbon, here we call it isobutyl alcohol, and IUPAC name is 2-methyl propan 1-ol. Similarly, here also what we have, 3 carbon is forming the longest chain and the 4th carbon is attached to carbon 2 as well as OH is also attached to carbon 2. Common name is tertiary butyl alcohol because the carbon to which OH group is attached to 3 more carbons. So it is tertiary. By small t you may mention, or in some books you may find it's written TERT. And IUPAC name will be 2-methyl propan 2-ol. So that's how you can keep on increasing the number of carbon and you can get more and more possible structures. By the way, the type of isomerism possessed by this, number 1 and 2, they are position isomers. 3 and 4 are also position isomers, but 1, 3, 1, 4, 2, 3 and 2, 4, they are chain isomers. Now let us take some of the cyclic compounds. You see, we have taken a 5-membered ring with the OH. The name will be similar as before, only thing is you have to add cyclo here. So name of this is cyclopentanol. Now here we had only one OH, so the carbon bearing OH is automatically assigned position 1. Now when we move to a more substituted compound, then the OH having more preference over CH3, that's why the carbon bearing OH gets position 1, and we move anti-clockwise and we assign methyl bearing carbon to be position 2. So it becomes 2-methyl cyclopentanol. I need not write pentan 1-ol anymore, it's automatically understood. Then we have a 6-membered ring with OH, so it is cyclohexanol, quite simple. Now we come across a diol, that means a compound having 2 OH group. Now remember, when you have 2 similar functional groups attached to a carbon, in that case the E of the alkane is retained, not minus E anymore. Earlier we were writing alkane minus E plus ol, but we shall not remove the E anymore. So that is one rule that you need to remember. So IUPAC name of this compound is ethane 1,2 diol, and by common name it is called ethylene glycol. As you know that ethylene glycol is added in the radiator of car together with water to bring down the freezing point of water, and we call it a antifreeze mixture. Some of you might be remembering in class 11 you have done numerical based on this. Even in class 12 solution chapter we have done a numerical based on antifreeze. Alright, so we try out another example of the same kind where we have CH2OH, CH2, CH2OH. So you can see here 2OH, it is also a diol, but they are not vicinal diol. The OH is attached to carbon 1 and carbon 3. Rule is same. Retain the E of the alkane, propane, then 1, 3 diol. The next one is having a 3OH group. So it is 1, 2, 3 propane 1, 2, 3 triol, commonly known as glycerol. If you remember in class 10 you have done preparation of soap, and this was one of the products formed there. Then we move to aromatic compounds. Benzene ring with a CH2 and OH. So this is the same rule as we have done in haloalkane. So the CH2 bearing carbon will be considered the parent chain. So we have benzene ring as the substituent. So IUPAC name will be phenyl methanol and commonly known as benzyl alcohol. Last time you have done conversion of toluene to benzyl alcohol. Benzyl alcohol is a very commonly known compound. Next compound you see, we have similar rule. Here we have two carbons and OH is attached to carbon 1. So it is 2-phenyl ethanol. And it is also an isomer of the same compound, but the only thing is the position of OH has been changed. So since position of OH has been changed, so carbon bearing OH gets position 1, so it becomes 1-phenyl ethane 1-ol. Please note it was 2-phenyl before, now it is 1-phenyl. Now we move to a compound bearing OH as well as alkene. This kind of compounds are called vinyl alcohol, and instead of alkane it will be alkene. Rule will be same, alkene minus E plus ol, and this class of compounds are called enols. Okay, so this is ethanol, ethene plus ol, cancel out the E. Here you have CH attached to OH. The carbon bearing double bond and OH is same. So position 1 is carbon bearing OH. So it is prop 1N 1-ol or simply prop 1 enol. Now you see the next compound. The next compound is allylic alcohol. And here when you assign the number to the carbon chain, if you remember, we had done lot of allylic compounds in the haloalkane chapter, and there we needed to assign priority after numbering the carbons. But here you don't have that problem because carbon bearing OH will always have higher priority than alkene. So carbon bearing OH will get least possible number, position 1. So name of this is prop 2N 1-ol. From the alkene we cancel out the E. Then we take some of the aromatic alcohol known as phenols. So benzene ring with OH is called phenol, though phenol is common name, but it has been accepted by IUPAC. It is also popularly sold in the market by the name carbinol. Okay, and by rule the name will be hydroxybenzene. Then we have another very popularly used compound, two OH groups attached to the neighboring ortho position. It is called benzene. Remember we have to retain the E here. It's not phenol anymore. Benzene 1,2-diol and very popularly known as catechol. Then if the position of OH changes to 3, then IUPAC name remains more or less similar. Benzene 1,3-diol, but common name is resorcinol. If you happen to do practicals, you will be using this compound in the lab. And the last one is hydroxyquinone or quinol, and it is IUPAC name is benzene 1,4-diol. All right. The next one is benzene ring with OH and CH3. So definitely carbon bearing OH gets first preference here. So it will be 2-methylphenol, or it is called orthocresol. These common names also you need to know sometime. Similarly, orthocresol, metacresol and paracresol. Now I want you to try out example 11.1 part 1, 2 and 3 and in-text question 11.3 1 to 5, and I'll be happy if you send your work, and I want you to make the classification chart. Just follow the same chart as you have done in haloalkanes, but only you replace the halogen by OH. So we stop here for today. In the next class, we'll begin with the structure and preparation. Thank you.